speak to you today. A highlight that I'm sure many people like me love to talk about. I mean, these beautiful creatures, these whales.
Yeah.
And in this case, your participation in the Circuit of Whales.
Thank you.
How exciting was it to be on board for this for a few years?
Well, it was extraordinary. Yeah, I actually created Secrets of the Whales. It was an idea that I had developed over the last decade after doing a story about right whales for National Geographic. I spent the decade following that, that was in 2008, and I sort of knew that I wanted to do a multi-species story or project about whales, and was looking at the science, reading scientific papers, talking to researchers, and trying to come up with the right narrative. And I ultimately settled on this notion of culture after talking to scientists and reading publications that were showing that the latest and greatest science was revealing that these animals have very rich cultures, much like humans. So I pitched it to the magazine, National Geographic magazine. It got approved. Then I raised the funding through National Geographic Society. Then I went to TV and we created the series, and then to the book division to do a book. So it just sort of organically rose up, and great people, came in and joined the project. And in the end, we have these wonderful products that hopefully will change some people's view of the ocean and the planet out there.
And for those that are going to be watching, what's one secret that you can share?
Well, it's a great question. And I would say, broadly, that the secret perhaps is things that, I didn't fully understand and appreciate until I worked on this and developed it, is that, within genetically identical species, whales, like humans, are doing different things. So, for example, one of the scientists that I worked with early on said the difference between culture and behavior can be told this way. Behavior is what we do, culture is how we do it. So he said, most humans eat food with utensils. That's behavior. But whether you use chopsticks or knives and forks is culture. So let's take orca, for example, a species of whale. In New Zealand, their cultural preference for food is stingrays. They figured out a way to do things that no other orca do in the world. They go into these shallow water places, they pick up a ray, they turn it upside down, put it to sleep, and then they feed on it. In the Norwegian Arctic, they're feeding on fish, on herring. In the Falkland Islands, they're feeding on elephant seal pups. And each of those populations have developed those strategies, and they're unique in the world. And that is their culture. Whales isolate by dialect. They, the sperm whales of Dominica in the Eastern Caribbean, there's about 24 families there that have a unique dialect, a language, for lack of a better analogy, and they don't intermingle with genetically identical sperm whales that move into those waters that speak a different language. So it's the neighborhoods of New York at the turn of the 20th century, the Irish, the Italians, everybody in their own little language enclave. So these animals are passing on to their children, to their offspring, not only the skills that they need to survive, but their ancestral traditions, the things that are important to them. And I think that's much like humans. They are an alien species, an intelligent, sentient, highly cognitive species living in the ocean on our ocean planet. And I think if we, see the world through that lens of culture with other species like whales, it's a bit of a game changer.
It's funny how you emphasize that killer whales are actually like orcas. In Latin America, that's how we know them for. But yet here, like in America, they have like this name that makes them emphasize like they're evil.
I know. I think both are sort of interchangeable, and I've even heard researchers use both. But I personally, my preference is orca. I think killer whale is kind of a bad rap. So yeah, I'm with you.
I agree. And then to start wrapping up, you cover different kinds of whales even before this project. What type of whale would you say is your favorite?
Oh man, that's like, it would be easier to pick my favorite child.
They didn't do that.
No, exactly. No, maybe orca. I mean, although sperm whales are fantastic, whatever I'm with, the beluga whales, they're also beautiful. But I think orca might be the most intelligent. They're certainly very capable animals. They're cosmopolitan. We find them all over the world. So I don't know, maybe I'd give an edge to the orca, but they're all very, very special in their own way. And yeah, I don't want the belugas to hear me say that. So
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
People, they have to watch because you have one of these orcas posing for you, which is not normal, making a peace offering you her food.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
people gotta watch.
All right. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you. You take care.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.